Hey, it's Dakota Frandsen. You are listening to Promise of Parisian Prophecy. Woo! It is a song exclusively available on my debut album, Trying Something New, available May 10th. But now for the real purpose of this video. Ooh, I wonder what it's gonna be! Stick around! Hello, my name is Dakota Frandsen. I just want to give you a moment to talk about this opportunity that I am presenting. See, right now, it is the last night of my trip to Paris and Rome, and to say the least, it has been an absolutely amazing time. EF and Go Ahead Tours have provided me with some of my most proudest moments and some of my most memorable experiences over the last couple of years. And I do hope to be able to continue that relationship for quite some time. Sorry. These trips they provide they provide a gateway into how traveling should be done. You get to visit exotic destinations, you get to meet new friends, you get to try out new things. Through these guys, I've tried out so many new things while abroad, and which helped inspire me to try even more new things and within my own personal life. And it has led to me being one of the most successful people from my area. Successful not in as rich, but rich as in the money that is in my pocket, or it is more along the lines of rich as in how life truly should be led. Sorry, just last day of the trip always gets to me. I really don't want to ever have it to end, and so far the only thing I've found that really helps settle this emotionalness is starting to plan the next trip. So be on the lookout on my website and my several social media pages for updates on a potential location. I will decide where I will be heading, and if you would like to join me, please feel free to let me know. A page on my website will be available so that you can also include some of your own contact information, as well as maybe other destinations you would like me to consider for future tours. And if you decide not to join me on a trip on you rather take on your own, please also let me know, so that way I may provide some information that can still help you get some savings on your trip. But please, do check these out, and I hope to consider you on my next adventure. Ciao. Alright, now that you heard my very sad video from my last night in Italy, such an amazing time. Would you like to hear where we are going next? Brrr, put some drum rolls. Editor guy, come on, give me some drum roll. Fine, you're not gonna give me anything? Sheesh. You ready to hear where we're going next?
Hell yeah!
Thanks a lot, editor guy. Alright, for those of you who haven't been paying attention or just hearing the news, we are going to Thailand.
Pokemon.
In this video, I hope to explain more about this special project called Travel to Live Again. My partnership with Go Ahead Tours, what our trip to Thailand will have to offer, the costs, how this all will work, and even more. So please stick around because I'm really getting sick of you, editor guy. Gonna knock your ass out.
No, Dakota. No, I swear, I just can't. I'll knock it off. No!
Worst sound effect ever. Shut up, I know this. I am so sorry you had to see that. Oh! We're back to the Thailand trip. Yes, here. Now that my editor guy are at the understanding, put a map right here. Do you see this? I cannot pronounce some of these places, but we will be going to these places. We will be doing some awesome crap. Move the map away. Okay, you got it? Good. Whoa, bright ass light. Ooh. Sorry, I had to be. I'm gonna have to do this. I'm gonna have to find my fucking sunglasses. Jesus Christ. Ooh. Okay, I can do it like this. Ooh. Alright, my camera decided to die on me, so I had to go to my backup camera, aka my phone. Oh well. They're in the headlight! Anyway, okay, hold on. Let me fix this. Hold on. Okay, that's better. Okay, that's better. Shit, I just made myself dizzy and I'm seeing stars. Okay, now for this Thailand trip. Here is a list of the itinerary. Okay? I'm gonna fade out. I'm gonna let you take a look at the screen cap from the specialized website Go Ahead Tours has provided with me, so that way you can get all the information you need out to you. Okay? I'm gonna fade out here in a sec. Okay? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Alright, check all this out. Here's a brief glimpse of what the website's gonna look like. Okay? And if you look carefully, you can see some of our activities, what all this tour provides. I promise, this is the total hookup. Alright. Starting to get interested on joining me? Well, here's what you gotta do. The website I mentioned that Go Ahead Tours has provided me will be linked to in the description below me. My God. You go here, you sign up for what you want, and you put down the deposit to save your seat. Simple enough, right? This is only step 1. Step 2. I have planned this trip a little less than a year ahead of time, so that way you have time to make payments on it, just in case you're not able to fork over the full cost. There are a few different things that will affect how much this trip will be for you. Number 1, what all you sign up for. If you sign up for the main trip itself, that'll cost you roughly $2,000. If you decide to have Go Ahead Tours provide flights for you as well, that cost in itself will vary. Right now, the Boise Air Terminal is selected by default, and that is the airport in which I will actually be appearing. Just to show as an example, we'll go with the Boise Airport, but you can change it to whatever city you happen to think you're going to be in around the time that we take off. For those of us going through Boise,
the cost will add an extra $1,350. And it's likely that we will get routed through Seattle before we actually go out of the country. This is pretty typical. SeaTac's not that bad of an airport, but it's just going to be the case. Now, the next thing that will affect how much this trip will cost is how many people you bring along with you. If you're traveling alone and just want a room all to yourself, that'll add an extra $470. But if you are willing to share a room with someone on the trip, or you bring someone with you, you can get a room for both of you for free. Say, like, if you just want to bunk up with somebody, there are double rooms available, or if you bring on a significant other, there's rooms that can accommodate you. The highest number of people that are able to share a room for this trip is 3 people, and it can get you a triple room, and that'll actually take $20 off of the total cost. So, being that is the case, what I'm willing to offer is kind of a buddy up program. If you are willing to, I can set you up in a room with someone else that signs up through my recruiting website, so that way both of you can save a little bit of money on this trip, so you can forward that extra dough to other costs that will be associated with this trip. Now, for this example, let's say you do travel alone and you just want a room all to yourself, you don't really feel like sharing. That'll bring the cost up to $3,819. Now, there are also optional excursions you can sign up for. There's like a rickshaw ride, there's a couple of special dinners, there's a traditional Thai cooking class. Depending on what all you decide to sign up for, if you sign on before we leave, you can actually get $10 off of the optional excursions themselves. So for this example, I'll go ahead and select all of the optional excursions, and all of them do sound kind of fun. That would bring up the cost to about $3,956. This will include the $450 deposit that's required in order to save your seat, plus taxes and all the fees. There is also an option to extend your stay to Cambodia, but that's an extra $1,300 right there. So, and it's not likely you would be able to join that part of the tour unless enough of us sign up. And personally, I don't have that much cash on me, so. Alright? Does that sound good? There's a couple other options available, depending on when you recruit. And if you don't decide, basically, if you say, like, I don't know, maybe I should wait it out a little bit, that's okay. If you want to wait it out, that's fine. There are special discounts that Go Ahead Tours does provide, depending on our situations. Right now, it's a little late to take advantage of the April discount, but hold on, let me check my email real quick for any news on May. Alright. At the time of filming, this is the 26th of April, so the news about the discount available for the month of May has not been released yet. But do check for little annotations on this video that will include some information about how you can basically get even more off of your trip. Usually the discounts that Go Ahead provides involve inviting more and more people to sign on, and if you do that, we can easily get a couple $100 off the trip itself. Now, for emergency purposes, I would like to discuss an insurance policy Go Ahead Tours does provide. It is completely optional, but because things can happen while we are abroad, it is a good idea to at least consider it. The last time I was in Asia, I was in China, and due to some food poisoning, my group ended up in a Chinese hospital. Though the health care was not expensive at all, in fact, I didn't think I went over, would have been $35 US just for some needles and some hydration solutions. But it is a good idea to consider because things can happen, like lost luggage. The cost of the insurance will vary itself. It mostly depends on how much the tour costs itself. You can look into more information from the recruiting website. So, if you're interested, here's how things are going to go out. I know I started to go about this, but step one is where we're at. Signing up and recruiting. Basically, send this video out to your friends, send it out to your family, bother your loved ones, get them to sign on, send it to strangers, send it to people, from church or school. Get as many people as you can to help sign on. Children ages 6 and up are more than welcome to join us. But these tours will provide alcohol, just so you know. And the only stipulation I have, if a child is to come abroad with us, just give me a heads up so I can pass the news along to our tour consultant, who is helping me arrange this trip. Anyone is more than welcome to come along. This offer is extended to residents of the United States and Canada. If you are a Canadian resident, there is a special Canadian version of the website available for you, so that way you can get a better pricing options that'll fit into your case. Now, step 2 is setting up, getting ready. You'll have just a little up until the end of January, I believe, to pull off all of the payments needed for this trip. The final payment is due, I believe, January 27th. There is a good chance that this may be altered, it may be moved up, it may be moved back, depending on what happens around that time. But for now, the final payment will be due about January 27th. So that way in February they can get us flight information, and in March they'll hook us up with our hotel information. Over the course of making these payments, I will try to collect a contact list and maybe set up some groups on Facebook and Google Play, so that way everyone in the group has a chance to get to know each other before we take off. Your participation in these groups is completely optional, but I do recommend it because you gotta know who you're going to be traveling with, right? Then, step 3. The preparation. Takeoff. Just before we Go Ahead Tours will send out some tour information that will include little name tags, tip envelopes for our guides, and they'll even send a bag to help you pack your stuff in that is the perfect size for carry-on. I personally used it on my trip from Paris and Rome, so that way I could have like my camera, any medicines I may need, any shampoos or drinks right there, anything that I may want to do on the plane, I can just have it right there so I'm not having to dig into the overhead bin. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. My contact information is available on the tour recruiting website. It would be best to contact me through email because I may not be able to answer phone calls due to my other obligations. Well, please do feel free to reach out, and I'll be more than happy to try to answer any questions that you may have. And if I'm not able to, I will forward them to our tour consultant with Go Ahead Tours, so that way I can make sure I can get you the right information so you would be more comfortable in going on this trip. I do hope that you all decide to come along with me. This is going to be an amazing trip. And I just found out not too long ago, we might even get to run into the man that helped inspire me to do this while we're over there. So this sounds like it would be a really amazing trip. I do hope you consider this. Feel free to find me on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube. I'll try to provide as much information about discounts and anything else pertaining to this trip as we go about this process. I really hope to see you soon. Adios.